It can be calm, and it can be raging. Water is the source of life. From the water all life begins, and without water, all life is lost. As an alpha energy source, water is equally powerful as the sun, wind and earth. Today we will be looking at water as a generator of hydroelectric power. Hydroelectric power is a renewable energy source that harnesses the power of moving water to generate electricity. It is one of the oldest and most widely used forms of renewable energy, dating back to the early 20th century when hydroelectric power plants were first developed. Hydroenergy works by using turbines to convert the kinetic energy of flowing water into mechanical energy, which is then used to power generators to produce electricity. This is typically done by building dams or other structures that control the flow of water and direct it through turbines. One of the major advantages of hydroenergy is that it is a clean and renewable energy source. Unlike fossil fuels, which release harmful greenhouse gases when burned, hydroenergy does not produce any emissions of pollutants. It is also a reliable and predictable source of energy, as water flow can be easily controlled and adjusted as needed to meet energy demand. However, hydroenergy also has some drawbacks, particularly in terms of its impact on the environment. Building dams and other structures can disrupt ecosystems and impact fish and wildlife populations. Additionally, large-scale hydro projects can be expensive and difficult to construct, which can make them less viable in certain areas. Here are some examples of countries that use hydroenergy. China. China is the world's largest producer of hydroelectricity, generating over 1 trillion kilowatt-hours, or kilowatt-hour, of electricity in 2020. The country has invested heavily in hydroelectric power plants, particularly on the Yangtze River, and it accounts for nearly 1/3 of the world's total hydroelectricity capacity. United States. The United States is the second largest producer of hydroelectricity in the world, with over 100 gigawatts of installed capacity. It is particularly well suited for Canada. Canada is another major producer of hydroelectricity, with about 60% of its electricity coming from hydro sources. It has a vast network of rivers and lakes that can be used to generate energy, and it has invested in large-scale hydro projects like the James Bay project in Quebec. Brazil. Brazil is home to the world's largest hydroelectric power plant, the Itaipu Dam, which generates about 14% of the country's electricity. Hydroelectricity is Brazil's second-largest source of energy after oil, and it accounts for nearly 65% of the country's total installed electricity capacity. Norway. Norway generates nearly all of its electricity from hydro sources, making it one of the most reliant countries on hydroelectricity in the world. Its rugged landscape and abundant water resources make it an ideal location for hydroelectric power plants. NS Energy profiles the largest hydropower companies based on their installed capacities in 2018. China's Yangtze Power Co., 45.4 gigawatts. Brazil's Centrais Elétricas Brasileiras, 44.2 gigawatts. Canada's Hydro-Quebec, 36.7 gigawatts. Russia's Rushydro, 27.6 gigawatts. France's Électricité de France, EDF, 22.7 gigawatts. Here are some of the reasons why hydroenergy is important. Renewable energy. As long as there is rainfall, hydropower plants can produce electricity continuously, making it a reliable source of energy. Low-cost energy. Hydroenergy is one of the cheapest sources of energy available. The cost of building a hydroelectric power plant can be high, but once it is constructed, the operating costs are low. This makes it an attractive option for countries with limited resources. Clean energy. Hydroenergy is a clean form of energy, as it does not produce greenhouse gases or other harmful emissions. This means that hydroenergy can help countries reduce their carbon footprint and contribute to the fight against climate change. Flexibility. Hydropower plants can be quickly started and stopped, which makes them a valuable tool for balancing the electricity grid. This flexibility is especially important as countries move towards a more renewable-based electricity system. Water management. Hydropower plants can help regulate water flow in rivers and prevent floods. They can also be used to store water during times of excess flow and release it during times of low flow, which can help with irrigation and water supply. According to Energy.Government, the hydropower vision analysis finds that U.S. hydropower could grow to nearly 150 gigawatts by 2050. This could result in $209 billion in savings from avoided global damages from greenhouse gas emissions. This could contribute to more than 35 million average U.S. homes being powered by hydropower in 2050. As the need for renewable energy grows from the realization of the limits of fossil fuels, hydro may take center stage once again. The future of hydro energy looks promising as it is a reliable and environmentally friendly source of energy, and its possibilities are endless. The following are some of the trends that are expected to shape the future of hydro energy. Innovative technologies. Advances in technology are expected to increase the efficiency of hydro energy generation, making it more cost-effective and reliable. For instance, the use of digital systems to control the flow of water through turbines and to monitor and optimize energy production. Growth in small-scale hydro. Small-scale hydro projects, which use smaller turbines and generators, are gaining popularity, especially in rural areas. These projects can provide power to remote areas that are not connected to the national grid. Integration with other renewables. Hydro energy can complement other renewable energy sources such as solar and wind. For example, hydropower can be used to store excess electricity generated by solar and wind farms during peak production, which can be used during periods of low production. Environmental concerns. There is growing concern about the environmental impact of large-scale hydro projects, such as dams. The future of hydro energy will need to take into account these concerns and find ways to minimize the environmental impact of these projects. Well, we sure hope that you have enjoyed this very informative video. Join us next time. We will be looking at our final great alpha. It can be nurturing, and it can be devouring. Yes, you guessed it right, the Earth. Take care until next time. Remember to join the green revolution and take green actions with us today. Like, subscribe, share this video and turn on your notification bell to be alerted of new videos as we take you on a journey exploring green.